Bedbugs. Who's responsible for bedbugs? Is it you, or is it your landlord? Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're renting from a place that has bedbugs. These little guys right here. You know, they're not actually considered bugs. They're technically parasites. Who's responsible? Am I responsible for those, or is my landlord responsible? Well, in most cases, your landlord is going to be responsible for the bedbug treatment cost, but not always. For example, if you know you brought those bedbugs in yourself, then of course that would be your responsibility. So as a tenant, there's a couple of things to be concerned about. One, if you did bring in the bedbugs, it's important to treat those right away. Because if you let those bedbugs continue to replicate, it won't take long before they spread into other people's units, and then it becomes a bigger problem. And of course that is something that landlords might try to hold you liable for. And so imagine if that spread into several units, that can be very costly. But now if you're a victim where you're living in a unit that another tenant had brought in bedbugs and now they're in your unit, then would that be your responsibility? Now, of course it wouldn't be. You know, that would be the landlord's responsibility. Now, if that tenant didn't tell the landlord about the infestation, of course that's something that their landlord and themselves are going to have to work out. But as far as you're concerned, if you suddenly have bedbugs, there's a good chance they came from an adjoining unit. They come from up, down, left, or right. They can come from anywhere. If you just moved in and you spotted the bedbugs, there's a good chance that they were already there. So, bedbug infestations don't happen overnight. One thing I will mention, if you do have a bedbug infestation, we recommend that you use a heat treatment, which will cook them, heats up the whole space, including the walls and the beds and everything else inside your unit, to a temperature that kills all stages of the life cycle of the bedbugs, including the eggs. It's the most effective and least harmful way to treat for bedbugs. It can be costly, and that's why a lot of landlords will opt for the chemical treatment. The problem with the chemical treatment is it's not as effective. We're not going to dive into all the studies that have been done on the different types of treatments. We're going to talk a little bit more about the responsibility and what you can do as a tenant to ensure that your rights are protected. Bedbug complaints are the number 2 complaint filed by tenants in the United States. The number 1 complaint we receive is about deposit refunds. But now, number 2 complaint is about bedbugs. So you're not alone. So what can you do? Well, with bedbugs, normally we would tell people to try to work it out directly with their landlord. We suggest that it's better to first officially document the problem. And you can do that by, of course, filing a complaint. When you file an official complaint, you receive a case number. You can use that case number to check the status of your complaint. But what that's going to do, it's going to allow the RPA to get involved to help you resolve this bedbug problem. So you have a couple of options. When you do file a bedbug complaint, we do suggest that you do the upgrade for certified mailing, and that's where we require the landlord to sign for a complaint notice, and that just helps provide you with a little bit more legal protection. Now, if we're not able to help you solve that problem, which is rare, but if that does happen, you're going to have official paperwork that you can use to pursue that case either in court or to protect yourself from any other further litigation. So you have rights as a tenant. Filing a complaint about bedbugs is one of those rights. If you need our help, we're here. Just go ahead and click on the link either below this video or go right to our website at www.rpausa.com. This is Scott Paxton for the Rental Protection Agency.